All right, so I have already opened the assignment. The assignment is titled Lugares, places. So the first step we're going to do is translate each of these places to English if you don't know or won't remember what they are from the presentation. So you have these 12 places here, okay? And to translate them to English, you can just put them in parentheses afterward or put a little dash and then what the place is, all right? So I'm going to start over here and we're going to show you all of these places. All right, so I'm going to make this nice and big so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so this first one here, once it loads, it'll say El Café. El Café. Now looking at this picture, what do you think El Café is? It's a cafe, right? Now a cafe can be any like really tiny kind of little like restaurant. Maybe it's not a full service restaurant. Maybe they just have sandwiches and coffee. All right, so cafes are super duper common in Europe. When I was in Rome, I went to a little cafe every single day for breakfast. So they're amazing. They're like little tables right outside. So a cafe is just a cafe, right? Similar word in English. So you might not need to type cafe on your chart because looks like it is. The next word we have is el centro. El centro. Now, looking at this word, you might be like, okay, well, that looks like the word center. But then looking at the picture, this is a picture of Memphis. And we can see the Redbirds Stadium here. We can see Bass Pro Shop. We can see the bridge and the river, right? All of this is a picture of downtown. So el centro means downtown. So go ahead and right after the word el centro on your chart, type downtown. Okay. So that way you remember what that is. El centro means downtown. The next word we have is el gimnasio. El gimnasio. Looking at this picture and looking at the word, you can probably figure out that the word gimnasio means the gym. Okay? El gimnasio. Now this can be the location that you lift weights. Maybe it's the place you go running. Maybe it's the place you walk, like on a treadmill. Maybe it's the place you play basketball or soccer. Okay? The el gimnasio is just the location at which you would do a lot of those kinds of activities. And this can be like the school gym, or it can be a professional gym, or it can be like your basement gym. I know some people have like a workout space in their basement. Okay? You can just call that your gym. That's totally fine. So you may not need to type the word gym after this in English since it already looks like gymnasium. Next word here is la iglesia. La iglesia. And then we have a picture of a church. So la iglesia means the church. Now this is any type of church that is defined as a church. You know, it doesn't matter if it's Baptist or Presbyterian or Catholic or non-denominational. Like a church is a church, all right? We're just calling it what it is. Now, this is not a mosque or a temple. If you attend a mosque or a temple, go ahead and change the word iglesia on your chart to the word for mosque in Spanish, or temple. That's totally your choice, okay? It is not mosca, though, because a mosca is a fly. So la iglesia means the church. So if you've ever heard of the singer Enrique Iglesias, his name is literally like Ricky Churches. Not as interesting in English as it is in Spanish. So la iglesia, the church. The next word on your list is el parque. El parque. And we've used this word before. It sounds like it is in Spanish. Okay, parque. So this is kind of a cognate. And if you look at this picture, this is actually a Google image with an overlay of Shelby Farms Park. And I was trying to use all Memphis things in this example. All right, so Shelby Farms Park, that's what this one is. El Parque can be any sort of park, all right? It can be a park with picnic benches. It can be a park with trails. It can be a park with a basketball court. It can be a park with a playground. It does not matter, okay? El Parque is just any sort of park. So if you know that you're going to struggle with that one, go ahead and type it in English right afterwards. Park. The next word on your list is el restaurante. El restaurante. And that looks just like it is in English. Restaurant, right? And this is any restaurant. This can be anywhere from McDonald's, which is a restaurant, all the way to Ruth's Chris, which is a really expensive restaurant, okay? Any sort of restaurant. El restaurante. The next word we have, we're going over into the next column, is el río. El río. And this is a picture of the mighty Mississippi. And the Mississippi is a river. Okay, yes, it's also a state. But el río means the river. All right, and this one may be a word that you might forget. Maybe you're going to associate this with Rio Grande, El Rio Grande, which is in Texas. But maybe you won't. So go ahead and type after El Rio, river, on your chart. So that way you remember that El Rio means river. The next word we have on the list is la casa, and then it also says el apartamento. And I included these together because not everyone has a house and not everyone has an apartment. So la casa is the house and el apartamento is the apartment. The other day there was like something really stinky here, and somebody came over and I was like, I'm really sorry, my house is so stinky. I don't live in a house. I live in an apartment, but I still call it my house. I don't care which word you use. I don't care if it's technically something else. Pick one, okay? La casa is a house. El apartamento, the apartment. This next one here has been tripping people up. We have el Centro Commercial. El Centro Commercial. And then we have a picture of what looks like a mall. So literally the words translate to the commercial center, because remember, adjectives come after in Spanish. So it's not the center commercial, it's the commercial center. So a commercial center is a mall, and the mall has lots of different stores in it, right? So go ahead and type after this one, mall, on your chart. So that way you remember that el Centro Comercial means the mall. All right, couple more. Next one we have el club. Now I like this word, it's funny to me. El club, it just means the club, all right? And this can be any type of club. This can be the Boys and Girls Club, where, you hang out with your friends and you go play basketball. Or it can be the dance club, okay, where you go and you have fun with your friends. I wanted to use an appropriate picture, and also, like, how do you get a picture of a club? You know what I mean? If I were to just take a picture of a club and put it on there, you guys might think it would be like dancing or something else. So I was just trying to be very, very simple and very explicit with the picture here. All right, so you probably will not need to type that one in English afterward, because it says it right there. The next one we have is el estadio. El estadio. And then I put a picture of FedEx Forum. Well, that's a stadium. Stadium. El estadio means stadium. So for this one here, this is any sort of stadium where you would go to watch a sporting event, right? This could be where you go to watch basketball, or watch football, or watch soccer, or watch baseball, okay? Any of those. El estadio just means the stadium. Okay? So go ahead and type in English after that one, stadium. So that way you remember what that is. El estadio, the stadium. The last one here says otro lugar. Otro lugar. Otro lugar just means another place. Another place. Maybe there is a place that wasn't listed that you go to a lot. Okay? You'll have to look up a word maybe and put it on there. I don't know. Maybe I can't even think of anything. Maybe you go to the store all the time to read a book. Barnes and Noble. Okay, you go to the bookstore. Maybe that's a place that you go to a lot. Or maybe you go to the library. Okay, I didn't even include that on the list. All right, if you want to look up a place, you can absolutely look up a place. All right, so otro lugar, go ahead and type in English, other place. Okay, and if you want to look something up for that, you absolutely may. Okay, other place for otro lugar. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with the work, right? This is what your chart looks like, and maybe you added some English to it. So what you're going to do, and it says this on the assignment as well. It says it over here, right underneath. Okay, oops, sorry. It says, number 2, in the chart above, write 2 sentences about what you like or don't like to do at 8 of the 12 locations, and why for 10 sentences. So that's 16 sentences total, 6 short and 10 long. So we are going to have to use the activities page, right here, this one that says activities. You'll have to use that page to find logical activities that you would do at these places. So I'm going to give you an example first. Okay, and my example is on your page. It says, no me gusta pescar porque es estúpido. And I put that at el río. So at el río, at the river, I said, no me gusta pescar porque es estúpido. Porque es estúpido. So no me gusta, I don't like. Pescar, to fish. I don't like to fish. Porque, because. Es estúpido, it is stupid. I don't like to fish because it is stupid at the river. So everybody, if they were to write a sentence just like this, the words in bold are the things that you would take out, like that you would replace. I personally don't like to fish at the river, but instead I just like to sit there and spend time with my friends, okay? You will have to look at this page over here, this activities list from a few days ago, last Wednesday, okay? And we had all of these activities, okay? Now there are some activities that are logical to do at a certain place, and there are some activities that are illogical to do at certain places. For example, at the cafe, a reasonable thing you would do at the cafe is maybe to drink coffee, all right? You would definitely drink coffee at the cafe. You probably wouldn't drink coffee downtown, like maybe. I really do not think you would drink coffee at the gym. Not a logical place, all right? Let's see, other things. Another example would be like to play basketball. You would not play basketball at the cafe, okay? That would break something and get you into a lot of trouble. That is not a logical thing to do, all right? Don't play basketball at the cafe. You would probably play basketball at the gym. That's a logical place, right? Probably not at church, maybe at the park. Definitely not playing basketball at the restaurant, all right? So make sure that your sentences make sense. You can use my example sentence over here. Okay, I said I don't like to fish because it's stupid. You can use that same format. You could just say me gusta, replace the word in bold, porque, because it is something, all right? So you're writing all of those sentences. Now here are some tips for you. Use a mixture of it is blank and I am blank as your reasons to make sure you're using a variety of words, all right? Please do not say, it's interesting, it's interesting, it's interesting, it's interesting, over and over and over again. That gets really boring for me to grade. Please don't do that to me. That's so rude. Use a variety of likes and dislikes to be sure that you understand the vocabulary. So you're really relying heavily on that other page of activities. Now, if you didn't do it, or if you didn't write down the English, go to the content library. I'm going to double check and make sure that everything is there for you, okay? As an extra bonus, you could use 2 reasons why you like or dislike something. That would be all fancy. Some of you like to be extra. Go for it. Be extra. And the last thing is make sure you're telling me what you like or don't like to do at the locations. Do not just tell me that you like or don't like the place. Don't tell me, I don't like the river. I don't like the mall. Okay. The point here is we are trying to make sure we are using activities. All right. That is our big focus right now, as we are learning activities in Spanish. All right. And I want you to have a good grasp of a fair amount of them. All right. So I think that is the entire assignment. So you guys have the rest of class to work. If you have questions, let me know.